when we first entered the showroom, even before we entered the showroom when we were sourcing, and when I came upon the website, I was telling Cheryl, I said to her very casually, I said, maybe Gavin is a Christian, and we were like, okay, let's see. So when we went to the showroom, the minute we entered, I think we it
was pretty welcoming.
When we went to the bedroom, we saw the verse. That's when I asked you, by any chance, are you Christian? So I think that really gave us that peace. And I believe that it was very divine. The whole connection was actually very divine. The original state of the cabinets, especially the fact that there was already concrete tops, made it very difficult to have wooden carpentry. Anyways, wooden carpentry wasn't something that we liked. Having stayed in Canada before, I've used materials like aluminium, I've used materials like stainless steel and other materials that are actually longer lasting than wood. And that was something that we wanted to envision and put into this whole concept of our kitchen. So having aluminium, the benefits of it is that it's easier to so-called manufacture in a sense, as opposed to wood, because of the fact that we have to make sure that it fits into that concrete top, which wood may not necessarily be the best option.
The unit we have is a resale unit, so you can imagine that all the kitchen carpentry was old and dated. So we've always wanted something that's different. In the midst of our research, we know we wanted to go for aluminium cabinets because of low maintenance. We like the idea that it's anti-termite. And for long-term wise, we felt that was a good investment to have. So we actually look up for the providers for aluminium cabinets. Here we are, we chanced upon these wonderful ones that we have already installed.
And initially, one of the options that we looked at was stainless steel. But having used stainless steel before, we realized that it scratches very easily and it's actually a little bit more high maintenance. So alu was a better option. Definitely, we will recommend Resitque to friends and relatives. We actually have done that already because of the quality of the work, the whole, like we said, the whole process, and the fact that with Resitque, right, we can actually bounce ideas off. That whole out-of-the-box thinking is something that the team is able to encompass as well, and that really helps in bringing a vision into reality. And the whole branding of Resitque, resilience and uniqueness, definitely is the company. It really spells that about the company, the resilience to go through with what the homeowners want, and that uniqueness where you're offering something different from the market. You're offering that very personal touches that you don't necessarily see in other companies. That we believe is really something that stands out. Resitque, I think, it's really one of the key reasons to wholeheartedly recommend and refer Resitque.
Yeah, we have friends who are going to do reno soon, and we are kind of like, hey,
steering them in the direction
to go towards that. I think they're very open. What I want to add is that there are challenges in reno projects, and many times there will be a lot of things that's unexpected. But what we need is someone we can work with that goes beyond that challenge, other than just being professional, open to ideas, but we'll be able to come along you and walk alongside you, for, in this case for us, and journey with us through this. We felt that it's not just a kitchen. You can use aluminium cabinets for anything in the house, right?
Yeah,
so that would actually be very functional because of the long-term usage of the aluminium quality as well. Yeah, and so when we found out that Gavin was actually a brother in Christ, there was a very instant connection. It's also because of his own attitude, that positiveness in him, that cheerfulness in him. It makes us feel very welcome in the show flat to look around and to select the samples and things like that. And because of that connection, I suppose we really built on this level of being able to trust Resitque to do what we wanted. And the key thing was this: we had very odd ideas, different from others, and we presented it to Gavin, and he was so welcoming, he was open to it. He wasn't restrictive, he wasn't using his own artistic mindset or design experience to say, oh no, it has to be this way or the other way, but he opened to our ideas and he was willing to listen, and we went for very bold colors.
I think to add on to that is that we've been in ministry, we work with Christian entrepreneurs as well. And sadly, there are a lot of Christian entrepreneurs that actually let you down. Having dealt with them, as you work with them and all that, you realize that they don't walk the talk. They may be Christian by name, but they don't have those Christian values. With Gavin, the key differences was we felt that sense of humility, which we don't see in a lot of Christian entrepreneurs, or at least those who claim to be Christian. So that, I think, set him apart. The other thing that set him apart was that spontaneity, that cheerfulness in him. You can see the fruit of the Spirit, certain aspects of it coming out. That really gave us a certain confidence that, okay, let's give this brother a chance and let's see whether we can work together and how he can progress. And I think as we work with Gavin, we do see those values coming up, which are very, very important. It's rare to have those values nowadays.
Our biggest headache looking at this old kitchen was the original state that it was in. It was built on a concrete top that's quite challenging for a normal carpentry to replace. And on top of that, we felt that the measurements looks a bit different. It's not even walls, and there are things around it that we have to work around. A regular supplier, like if you go to IKEA and all that, right, will give you something, but it might not be able to customize to the way we want it. So we really need something that's customizable, and hence we scouted for vendors who can actually do that for us. But we trusted Gavin because of his very cheerful countenance that he gives us and makes us feel relaxed each time we present an idea, and he would actually work with us. So the entire process from coming in to measure the cabinets to actually selecting the cabinets and eventually ordering the cabinets, and he kept us in the loop of all that shipping timing, whether it's going to be a delay or anything else. Every step of the way, he kept us in the loop. And if there was going to be something that changed, he would let us know. Eventual day when the cabinet arrived was a big review for us, because we look at the colors and we're like, wow, we chose the right thing. It's something that we wanted. And when he actually got his team in to install the cabinets, they faced challenges because of the concrete top, right? That original cast was so different, but they make a good final result out of it, because they make adjustments on the spot, they try to fit, and they make it align so neatly that you wouldn't even imagine there's a countertop underneath the cabinet. What was that one that we said about the basket?
Baskets.
The internal fittings that we wanted. So we had an idea of a drawer basket, like a carousel and all that, but eventually it didn't happen. Were we disappointed? A little, but guess what? Gavin came in and offered a great solution. So he had an alternative for us, because he actually went to source for a good alternative, and it worked for us. So eventually we do have something that we can still make do and happily make do with it. We can use it, and we are happy with it. Right?
I had a 3D image of what potentially could the cabinets look like. We actually passed it to Gavin, and Gavin was like, yeah, this is quite close to what it will be. And true enough, when the cabinets came on the day of installation and all that, it was pretty spot on in terms of the design versus the actual thing. This kitchen was that we weren't able to really put shelving, and that was a little bit disappointing, but it was because of the way that the concrete structure was and all that. So it made, we had to think out of the box, and we had, in fact, this whole kitchen, a lot of things were out of the box. It wasn't your typical normal kitchen installation, and we liked the fact that Gavin was able to rise up to the challenges, and he and his team really put it through. It is very, very close, and the whole process was very transparent, and that's what we like, because we've dealt with different suppliers before in the past where they don't even update you. It was very, very transparent, very small.
If it can't be done, he'll tell you what the restriction is.
And it was good because we had this back and forth where we could actually bounce off ideas, and that added to the whole kitchen coming to life in that sense.
Yeah, and it felt like a team working with him rather than between just a vendor and a customer. It's like he's part of the project. He treats it as his own kitchen, and he discusses and makes sure that it works. He took in our day-to-day usage of the kitchen and how practical it may be. We also like the drawings that he did. He was so detailed and meticulous. It helped us a lot because from the drawings we know what fittings we could get to fit in. I mean, Jason mentioned without the shelves and all, but we could get internal fittings because Gavin has already first done the job with all his 2D drawings and all. We are okay to be able to proceed on to use the kitchen functionally. Do we want to refer any others to Resitque or recommend? Definitely. Resitque? Yes!